Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Republic of Amalfi series, which, well, boy, the last episode was interesting, I would say the least. This is our new Archon of Neapolis, not the Republic of Amalfi. We lost that position again. But right now, I'm kind of not interested in running the Republic at this time because I'm more concerned about succession and bloodline. Now, I know you can't see him under the armor as he's a veteran crusader, but there is something sinister about Archon Mansone. Did you people know that he is a member of Lucifer's own? I failed to mention that he's been a member since October 24th, 957. And if I remember correctly, no, God blasted. The polis of Neapolis. Or was it the city that was built here? Well, what frickin' city did you build? I think what you should look that up is Kume. Yeah, that's it. No, you can't read a history, but okay. This barony here, yeah. Capue. Capoeira. Can't read a history on that. But Cerna Hill was one of the claimants. Yeah, forgot what year it is. You know what? Look at that up. It was Chronicle. So he's been around since the 50s. So Amalfi was attacked by the Langobar realm of Kume. So, yeah, this was ruled by Mayor Mansone as he was then. Just the year before, you know, that's when he joined the Lucifer Zone. Because, you know, even before he was given the city, he was kidnapped. Yes, he was kidnapped. And, so he felt like he was a victim of abuse. So he turned to Lucifer. That's what caused him to join him. It was to get back at him. Yes, he was the one responsible for killing Saint Raffaele the Healer. He's been canonized as a saint just recently. In fact, last year. So he was canonized 5 years ago. Oh, excuse me, beatified 5 years ago. And then, years later, canonized as the saint. The first saint of this playthrough. Yeah. What a man he was. Very, very virtuous. Legendary commander. But here's one problem. I do not have the benefits of that bloodline. That goes to his direct children. Half-sisters and cousins. Yeah. Big problem. That man needs to get over himself. Talking about stress. I don't care about children. I don't care about running the Republic anymore. I care about that the next successor to House Ursel, the next quote-unquote man of the house, will be him. And he must have a son of his own. Otherwise, something bad is going to happen to him. I just know it. I can feel it in me bones, or in the darkness, in this unnatural, you know, there's words for it. They're failing me at the moment. So let's get it on. Oh, what the hell's going on? Salernitan, Amalfitan, the Joe holding war over the Principate. So this is a defensive war. And, you know, that city belongs to Moscow. Anyways, in Neapolis, there's been several sightings over a supposed giant crab. It is said to hunt it along the beaches and the mudline of rivers. before appearing and terrifying a passerby. More skeptical minds believe there's no basis for these claims as no one's gotten hurt yet. Fascinating, nevertheless, though. There's a giant mud crab around here. In this province, there's been perpetrated sightings of otherworldly giant mud crab wandering the coast and rivers. Disgusting creatures. There's a giant mud crab in Neapolis. I can feel it. It is inside me. A mesmerizing voice. The sweet touch of my dark savior. Satan's gift. The beautiful magic is flowing freely through my veins. The sensation is dizzying, radiant, breathtaking. Nothing in the world can stop me now. Satan, whisper your wishes in my ear, and they shall come true. The use of the dark magic corrupted me. This is one of the penalties if you are a member of the Lucifer Zone. Like how you've seen in many an episode in this series, you do the complete a mission for this society where it'll give you the good benefits. But in Lucifer Zone, they could sometimes give you good and bad ones. This is a potentially bad one. So, yeah. I'm a lunatic now. But how much of a lunatic is he? The last time we've seen a character that has a lunatic trait that I played as was back in the Gupta series, which he had a mild case of it, so he was level-headed. So how much of a lunatic am I? It's the real question. Kidnap him? Now, listen, I don't like the guy, but... You know, I'm the one that's been beating your troops and all that because we're at war with each other. Whoa, wait a minute. Sicily is under attack. They're coming back. The Muslims are coming back. And we're beating each other up for it. And the Pope is busy with his own war. This is their chance to get back at them. Even though it's only Tripoli and a couple of other countries I'll be coming to assist, so it's only a matter of time. So, as for the plot to kidnap, I would say no. And plus Salerno was fighting against us. Mild condition. That's what I wanted to know. Some call me crazy. Others call me strange. Still, others call me lunatic. But inside my head, I know that I've been marked by dementia. The court's physicians studied my case, even if nothing was openly spoken in front of me. I know that my case is considered relatively mild. I can count myself lucky. I think so. My mental condition is mild for now. The chances for drastic events are reduced, and periods of insanity will be shorter than a more serious condition. Okay, thank goodness. I have to be level-headed here. If I'm not, then Neapolis is going to go down the heck. A council debate. Though my ability to explain my ideas, the persuasive nature in my words, while I was able to win a political debate against my liege, now he owes me a favor. Even though I already have a favor for him, but let me use that right now. Need to ask for money. Sucker. You vile blasphemer! The Greek soldier yells as he charges at me. His expression's more of a wild animal than man. For a moment, the time stands still as I'm watching the movement of his shiny sword coming straight for my leg. Oh, hell. Honest, slothful, a short guy. I don't think so. Duke Constantius swings his axe vigorously. The fight has gone on forever, and my muscles are beginning to ache. With a reminder of my strength, I land a perfect blow to his neck. The man drops his weapon and clutches desperately at his throat, but the wound is already claiming his life. Yes, I did that on purpose. I just killed your husband. And one of the better commanders. as well. Thanks to my Spear of Amalfi. And you know she's out in battle too. Now we're gonna have to go take care of the Salentinian troops. See what they got. Nothing. Following them there. No, we must go back. Fly the flag. The emotions maze. My life has been controlled by random bouts of emotion. Occasionally, conscience lies outside my grasp. Sometimes I recover and feel better, but other times I fall in the clutches of madness. When that happens, I become close to the world. Now I'm experiencing one such episode. Now I'm considered insane. Now I'm clinically insane. And drunk. Terrible combination. But, again, they say it's mild, so this period of insanity could be short-lived. That means the Amalfian army is not... It doesn't have my tactical benefits with them, so... Oh boy. How are you feeling? Hey, you're not stressed anymore. And you impregnated your wife again. Excellent. Well, crud. You can commit suicide if you want to, but no. I believe this insanity will be short-lived. Just try to live through this. That's why I said I'm not interested in being elected to the Republic. We're doing this for the saintly bloodline of my cousin. That started by my uncle. The last rites. A man came to me today, anointing me with oil, saying nice things to me. So I feel vaguely familiar. I just stare. Hey, you don't want to rub any more oil on me. You have no idea what I've been through. And you don't want to know that I will tell you the secrets of what happened to the saint. Alright? At least those secrets will die with me. That's all up to you, monstrous. I'm just insane right now, but the insanity will be short-lived. And I'll take up the Great Council position, thank you, but... one of these days. Again with the daughter. Sometimes, some days, I think I'm going insane. I am insane! It's probably all in my head, but sometimes I notice people staring at me. When courtiers whisper, it is impossible to shake the suspicion of might become me. Being one of Lucifer's don't always felt worth the risk, but I'm not so sure anymore. How long before I crack under the pressure? I'm gonna die. Trade posts. They're after trade posts. The cancer finally took her away. Rest in peace, Baroness. Cousin! You're the regent now. You make very good income. Again, you are to survive me. Alright? You're a good fighter and everything, burly. I'm sitting on the floor of my bedchamber, wearing one of my shoes as a hat, when suddenly a man-sized golfer enters the room. It is dressed as a maid. When I shout an alarm, the rodent squeaks and skitters away in panic. I chase it down the hall, only to find a terrified maid on the floor. Where did the golfer go? Did you see? Again, lunacy of Mansone, of Archon Mansone. And a man who killed his uncle, who became a saint. daughter, Serena Hill. Serena Hill, it's a popular girl's name in these parts. Ah! For the defense. Now you'll be promoted priest. I double over my pain, suddenly beset by painful cramps. Alas. To ease my troubles, consult a star before draining a good portion of my blood. Glad I hired him. One-eyed guy. Bonsada. Sicily. What about Sicily? Oh my goodness, the Muslims are coming back to Sicily. They're actually gonna do it. And yet Salerno and Amalfi and all that. And the papacy cannot interfere in those affairs just yet. They have to take care of some problems first. Italy's too busy. Croatia's incapable of. He dreamt the war to end all wars. After having such an intense and horrifying dream of the future, where men use cruel and twisted sorcery to tear each other to shreds and die by the thousands, this character's been transformed. I'm not that insane like that guy across the sea. Thank you. Haven't had any severe cramps for some time now. Whatever caused them to be dealt with. How many friends do I have? Friend with a... That coward, it won't save her. Why am I saying that to a fellow member of the family? Look, it's nice that you have 2 daughters, but you must have a son. You must continue that saintly bloodline. You will be the new man of the house. If I die an insane man, that is. Their capital's been occupied. No longer a peaceful province. A way shrine in Neapolis recently gained fame for the blessings and supposedly granted those prayer. Pilgrims and travelers are making their way in droves, seeking a boon it provides. Perhaps should visit her one day. That reminds me. Isn't the saint... Yes. Amalfi is the burial site of Saint Raffaele, uncle. So there'll be no revolt risk at all. And a small tax income when they leave their offerings. Oh my god! Large migration to Amalfi. People are coming to Amalfi in droves. Where do they come from? There's only one answer. They came in by sea. One would think these migrants are trying to get away from the chaotic situation down in Sicily. Use your imagination, people. How did Amalfi get a large number of migrants? And migrant raids. Unless... Yep, I knew it. It was down there. They came from Mansone. So they made their way up there. There's no migrants there. Or there. It came from Sicily. I was right. I thought I was making stuff up. No, I was correct. Oh, God. Only saying that because getting a bit teary-eyed over some of the... And you continuing to wreck the buildings. $100%. The deed is done. Now let's finish this war and take that city. But I won't be there for it. But if I want to, I could kill myself right now. That's only if cousin's life is in danger, for whatever reason. She became gluttonous. Well, she has to be well fed. That's how pregnancies go. It is done. The city is saved. And now we're about to get another city for the Republic. The Al Aghlabi Sultanate. Also, he's been captured in action, so Sicily is saved. But now they want Salerno. Well, let me tell you something. You will have the honor. You will have my armor and my spear. I cannot come to battle, and you must join the war. Save Salerno. We beat each other up, but now Southern Italy pays its price. The spear of Amalfi shall serve you well. Go forth to battle. They'll be bringing allies, and we'll be there too. Montesangelo be there? Salico Arabic. Never seen that culture. There it is. That's what that is. Siculo Arabic. Now, listen, I know you're a spy master here. And you say you want to be the formidable fighter? You got it. Even though you're the regent. And the commander, right? Correct? Yes, sir. You're a better fighter than commander. But someone's gonna need all the help we can get. And this old Avar man. You plan on embezzling me? Stop that. Oh, stop that. And you don't embezzle me. Get together. Given the war that our republic's plunged into, the family council is asking for the significant contribution to help put our objectives to improve the standing of the republic as a whole. I am pressed to contribute funds. We fulfill our duty. This is just to give it to them. Sicily's saved, but Salerno also needs to be saved. Apparently they're not giving up on that Southern Italy idea. We hate to be neighbors with those guys. We're here to guard. Get up there. Fight well. Yeah, that same old message from earlier. That war's not over? What happened to the Dutch? Died of depression, but she... Crud. But again, not my war. I'm concerned about Salerno. I care about the defense of Salerno, not the other war. You will serve with distinction. Pregnant wife again. Hope for a son. There they are. There's the enemy. Engage him. C2 if either of you two, you know, fight against him. And this is your chance to become a formidable fighter. Fight well. And no one will stop you. Again, not interested in being elected for Republic. I care about family matters. Untouchable. It all started when I contacted someone that I had to wash my hands. Soon my insanities led me to distance from all creatures. Thus I started to avoid skin contact with everyone that surrounds me. Dirty. They're all massive filth. My mental condition, coupled with the chase tree to increase the chance of this event happening. I become celibate. Yep, definitely my cousin has to go through trials and tribulations and all that crap. Come on, cuz. More enemy forces this way. We're not done yet. Did you get anyone? Keep it up. You haven't killed anyone personally yet. Well, I gave you the best armor and the best weapon available. Chase him down. Cosmos Polacreus is the new Protodo. Engaging. Up in the mountains you go. Don't die, cousin. You're a good fighter. Anyone? Picked up a leadership trait. Unyielding. Good. Good on you. Keep it up. As the battle is won, and hopefully you keep continuing your skills. Finally, a son of a cousin. A son of a cousin, huh? Right. Landar. Like that name. Again, Longobards sounding name rather than, you know, hold position here. Neapolis is volatile. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna change my mind here. I mean, listen, as good as your skills are, but that son of yours, you know, I know what your prestige is like, which you gained slowly, and all that. But I think it's time for a youth move, don't you think? You may be 30 years old, but what if I make your son the designated heir? Because I can't guarantee that you will survive the war of any kind. And I need a very good court tutor. Not to mention you are married to a strong, tall woman who's attractive or whatever. So I'll make him designated heir. If I die, he's going to be the man of the house, no matter what. And he must be protected at all times. And I need a wise guy. Well, what I mean is a court tutor who is very, very, you know. Just don't worry about that right now. What the hell do you mean? I said the designated heir is going to be him. If you don't like that, well then fine. It'll be him for now. Until he grows up. I know it's awfully early, but still. What the hell are these people? Tadmore is not related to any of them. Get up there. Stop their march. Cut off the enemy. Haven't picked up any. Good man. Oh, I just thought of something, but no, wait a couple of years. Is the papacy getting involved? No, hasn't joined the war. A wealthy local noble is looking to escape the consequences of several indiscretions on his part against a female member of the Consteel's family. He's offered to pay handsomely for the passage of one of my ships to a foreign port, where he can hopefully lay low for a few years. Of course, make the arrangements. Here we go again. And Jom's Vikings. A band of fierce Vikings has established a warrior brotherhood in Jomsburg along the Baltic coast. Based in a castle known as Jomsburg, these Jom's Vikings are devoted to Thor, Odin, and other Norse gods. They brook no quarter on the battlefield and will permit only the strongest and ablest warriors amongst their number. Though there are those who would dismiss them as simple brigands, the Jom's Vikings have vowed to defend all Norse lands being encroached by Christendom or other foreign religions. Let us hope these zealots see clearly of us. Riots in Amalfi. This stuff again. Still haven't finished. Just stretching. There we go. As long as we hold the objective, everything will be fine. Go get him. Oh. When did this start? It started at Principato. It hasn't spread to Neapolis yet, but we'll be forced to close the gates. Very soon. Sorry, I have to take you off command. Need you back here. And you know, that's my kinsman too. Crud. We'll be up in Amalfi. Just hold your position here. If the disease comes to Neapolis, shut the gate. Now I went down there. I'll ignore that quest. Quick, capture him. Damn, he's fast. No, we're gonna catch him. We will. War scores at 100%. We won this one, boys. Return to Neapolis. Nice for you to show up, Croatia. Our knights did our job well. Meanwhile, we got a disease nearby. That may or may not spread into Neapolis. Just checking. You fought well. And I hope you'll raise your son well. Hoping to get a court tutor who would be into philosophy. Back in control. The last days have been eventful. I can grasp the meaning of my surroundings and am able to conjure good judgments. My mercurial emotions are under my control again. I can enjoy a more normal life, so I'm no longer insane, stressed, or depressed. Right now, I'm just a lunatic and a drunk, that's all. I cannot remarry because I've taken a vow of celibacy. It's part of my pledge. Yeah. So I'm back to work properly. The palace is still in construction. What are they talking about? Try this again. My focus is still business. And you know they're going to make me a commander again. Sooner or later. Serena helped my daughter, got in a quarrel with the butcher's son. Apparently she demanded a boy to act as her pet, and upon the boy's refuse, she grabbed him by the hair onto the air and spin him in circles before massively launched him into a tree. She's strong. How about that? Finally, we get a smuggler operation going on. So, finally, it ended in white peace after many years of pointless fighting. And they also inadvertently endangered Sicily in the process. You almost let them have Sicily back. Endanger the lives of others. Idiots! The tax and tithes due to me arrive at the castle today. As the coin is being carried off the treasury, some shadowy figures attempt to make off with several chests full of gold. And they would have gotten away had my guards not been alert. The figures were seized and under questioning revealed themselves to be the employ of Charlotte. You embezzled me. Here's your charge for embezzlement. Just be fortunate that there is no mission to sacrifice you. Caesaris Shakira. After all that damage that was caused by the damage, these buildings and whatnot. So we gotta start building these back up. We must rebuild. Gotta spend that money somewhere. Left hand. I'm just glad that life's returned to normal. Even though I'm still a lunatic. You know, we kind of need that. Cousin, you got fat. Well, you're gonna be the domain overseer. Just needed to take care of the problems of Neapolis. Because I'm too crazy to handle. You hear me? Too crazy. I'm a lunatic. Said some all condition that I had years and years of insanity. I was stretching, laying on my bed and all. An architect, eh? Well, it's worth a try. Buy him with gold. Probably won't work. It worked. Well, you could be a potential spy master. In fact, he's better than my cousin now. Now it's getting restless. That's why I appointed a domain overseer. And now these migrants are in Amalfi. They came from Sicily. Even though they went to diseased country. Nobody's gonna discredit one of them. A group of robbers calling themselves Band of Brothers have been brought before me. A long list of their crimes does not put them in good light. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Such crimes will not go unpunished. I know it's a virtue, but still, diligent is a must-have. I've been informed that Serena helped. She's strong, but now she learns every subject at a fast pace and beats her friends at any games of ease. She is bright. God. I noticed she also has chest pains too. She could have a similar fate like Maria. Guess that old broad died. And let that Chinese woman beat the cut out of her. Let's plan your mission. My domain overseer stands in front of me with a proposal for a diplomatic mission to perform in one of my restless provinces, Neapolis. I heard the whole plan with interest. When it's made clear there will be a major meeting between my overseer and the influential members of the province society. The idea is to swear it to the government side using whatever guarantees we can offer. Go ahead and provide additional funds. Hope you do well. Always happens. Serena helped. Can never be caught by surprise. Very perceptive. There's something going on with this girl. Oh, disaster. Before the talks, the escorted diplomatic mission was ambushed in the province and the confusion ensued. It is not clear what happened, but the arrival of some of the survivors in Neapolis gives us the hope about the survival of my domain overseer. A disaster paid by so much gold. He didn't get hurt. Actually, he was winner, but he's immediately scarred. Oh, crud. Yeah, it's been over 100 years since this playthrough began, and it's been quite an interesting series so far. Again, I tend to continue this series till, oh, I don't know, whenever I feel like it. Even though it may soon be concurrent with that upcoming series featuring the Avars in Crusader Kings 3, Royal Court. A fire broke out in part of my residence today. Since it was small, there was barely any damage and no one got hurt. However, it did burn and destroy something precious belonging to me. Oh, what did I lose? My leather knapsack! God dang it. That thing's been with me in many of my adventures. Pope Clemens II. Oh, great, a drunk. But they call him the Quiet. modest smuggler operation. Genofa de Bergen, my sister in darkness, wants to join me for a lark over in Amalfi. Amalfi, right next door. There's a certain priest that would be a witch hunter who's been a thorn in our side for some time. It's time to teach the arrogant fool a lesson in manners. Time to dust all my acting skills. She's a Tuscan, and she's got a cat, and she's homosexual. Lombard Catholic descent. Longobards. Yeah, mostly Italian ancestry. Well then, let's go. We found the zealous priest in Amalfi praying in seclusion. Genova snuck up from behind and gave the fool a hard kick in the head. For a 43-year-old, she could throw a kick? Well, what do you think? She's strong. She can have a stiff kick in the head. As I gave the devotion to Belial, and Genova proceeded to relieve herself on a comatose preacher, then the butchery commenced. Well, let's tour the countryside, masquerading as the priest. With baggy clothes and enough grime on the face, one of us can probably manage a passing likeness. Again, you're doing this right next door. Masquerading as the dead priest and attendant, we've been riding every town and market in Amalfi, preaching the word of God to the masses. Eager ears are picking up on our revolutionary message, a path to salvation that requires self-indulgence and rejection of the so-called authorities, especially the clergy. The devil will do the rest. We've created a heretical stronghold, which peasant revolts are likely. In fact, it's only an herb to famous novelists for now. Shoot's gonna happen. And I will pick up the deceitful trait. We're friends now. And there is a percent chance that it might turn into a heretical faith of any kind. And it just did. Fraticelli. See? That's how heresies get started. Revolutionary ideas. They better not spread that to here. An opportunity to strike at the foolish followers of false gods has presented itself. Their priests and Nola are ignorant of the true state of the world. Tear down their idols and steal their wealth in the name of Satan. Glory to the deceiver. Signed, High Priest Chev. Yeah, I know the guy. He abandoned the commoners one time because he's a goof. I'm gonna go desecrate his temple. In fact, that's not even my own temple, thank goodness. It's an adversa. I only own Capula. But Nola, well, we're going in. Another trip next door. My preparations and plans have been made. A servant has been bribed to lead a side door to the temple in Nola, so that I and some faithful servants can enter and do the dark biddings of Satan. It is time. A revolt's happening again. Tyranny. Because he's a bad guy. As I and a group of my faithful make our way into the church of Nola, I spot Bishop Ratchis turning to their duties in the middle of the night. Knock him out from behind. They'll make up for a good sacrifice, because I have high intrigue. And you gain some dark power along the way. Well, he just died. Natural death. Never mind about the tyranny. They rose up for nothing. A poet platonist who is tall. Lessons Scarborough Fair. Masses of dead ropes. Anyways, back to Nola. Navigating our way through the small church, and my companions have entered a small room that goes for the inner sanctum. The room contains the sparest possible honorings to God and a scant few decorative idols and relics. The state of this place shows clearly the superiority of our cause. Burn it all in the name of Satan. It ain't my bishopric. It's theirs. It's the next door neighbor. The corruption crept on me so lately. I did not realize what was happening to me before it was too late. Now the dark tendrils of Satan's magic has invaded my mind, sapping my energy and resolve. I'm haunted by anxious thoughts and sleep eludes me. I knew power at this price, and yet I never anticipated this. Now I'm stressed again. The night is silent as we exit the church. Our foul rites is making sure that the holiness of this place will be tainted for years to come. Dark deeds done in secret. The use of dark magic has corrupted me. The dark tendrils have invaded my body, eroding mind and muscle alike. Its oblivious is keeping me alive, but at what cost? Magical corruption for the next 5 years. All power comes at a price. The use of dark magic has corrupted his character's mind and body, making him frail and demented. Despite their power weakness, the dark force is keeping him alive for nefarious reasons. I can't go seeking rest because I'm a loony. A diplomatic skill in magistral is deplorable. No matter what task I give him, he always manages to disappoint. Hey, you're not good enough. You have to shape up. Step up your game. Idiot. She died a natural death, that embezzling bit. Revolt. Tyranny. And she was a kid slayer. Serena Hilt, daughter of cousin. Why does everyone discredit? Get the barracks. Just want to increase the levy the size that belongs to me. How did that become independent? Oh my god, I think they've done it. Calabria is independent. The Byzantine Empire has lost its grip. They've lost their grip of Calabria. And look, Armenia too. The empire had weakened itself. This would be Bulgaria's time to shine. And Ragusa is now an independent republic. Great, more competition to deal with. With its connections severed, it's possible that this part of Dalmatia will become independent from the Byzantine Empire. My tireless mysticals approached me recently with a suggestion that sent me a cold shiver down my spine. As I like a male heir, I could take a decision to fake one using subterfuge and a big lie to be assured that my bloodline will continue in the future. Aghast at first upon carrying such a suggestion, now I toy with my mysticals' idea. Something to consider. Every morning, especially when the weather is splendid as today, I like to go out on my balcony, lean against the railing, and take a deep breath of fresh air. The view from up here is spectacular. Oh, wait a minute, what's going on? Gate and Civil War. Marriage. Alliance. I see. Okay, then. What to do, what to do, what to do. Think, think, think. Just take a deep of fresh air and do some thinking. And the people below look like ants from here. As I lean forward on the railing, I suddenly hear the sound of splitting wood as it gives way completely. I tumble over the edge. While plummeting towards the ground, I spent my last moments reflecting on the gravity of the situation. Son of a beeswax. I will hunt the carpenter who built that railing. Looks like the insanity of Archon Mansone is at an end. At 45. Perhaps this was the saint getting back at me. So you could say, yes, I'm the one responsible for killing him with a poison drink. And this is how the ghost of him repays me. We'll never know who did this. Because, well, there could be two potential rivals. Him, the Magistros of Amalfi, is a potential guy. The other is the Count of Este. Chancellor and Grand Huntsman. Duke of Pisa is also, so he might be the culprit, but we'll never know. Before his death is final, last act. See if it happens. See if it works. His last order was to name Landar Archon, despite his very young age. But he must learn on his own ways. But anyways, Archon Mansone has given up the ghost at age 45. He died under suspicious circumstances. A disturbed person. Mansone was known throughout his lands, Neapolis, as a raving madman. Many are cautiously rejoicing at the news of his death. But nobody in the public knows that he was the one that assassinated Saint Raffaele the healer. And now, Archon Landar, having no skills which to keep the realm together, his rule may be doomed to fail. Long live Archon Landar, who is 4 years old. Again, I did this because it's deliberate. 1, 2, saintly bloodline of Saint Raffaele, grandfather. But he's still going to be designated there. It's just, I don't know. I just feel that with him as a father, and yes, child vassals, yeah, it's got issues, but legendary Urso book and everything. So perhaps that hey, you have to be talking about myself, you goat. Oh no, no need for that. He's my overlord. Talking about assigning myself as guardian to him, my father, and pledge peace to my vassals because it's the only one I could do. So no offensible for the next 15 years. So basically my childhood and early adulthood. He will appreciate significantly improved vassal opinion, a strong liege levy boost for pledge duration. He will face a penalty if the pledge is cancelled prematurely. It may nevertheless be cancelled within 1 year if he absolutely must go to war. No, participating in a faction role doesn't always break the pledge unless leading a rebellion. Likewise, joining wars as ally does not break the pledge. Peace pledge. There'll be peace on our time because our child is an Archon. Our Archon is a child. You must protect me at all times. You're the spy master. I trust you. He looks down upon us. smiling or stoic, something like that. And yes, he's killed a few, mostly in dungeons, but 2 of them in duels. A great man for the Republic he was. It's never too early to select child focus. Typically you get that notification when you turn 6. Gotta see myself in this. There's not much we can do here. What else I could do as a child? Well, we still have our domain overseer, which is my father. Why on earth would I want to promote a debate? I mean, I'm a great counselor. I represent the Ursel family. And you can't make special plans for Lent as a child. But you can hold a summer fair. This treasure currently houses a valuable item inherited from Count or Archon Mansone. Sword of Heroes. You should look at your artifacts. I can't have certain books equipped because I don't have the learning skill. Oh, especially this one. But the learning skill has to get up to 6. And once I get up there, then I can compose a book early in my childhood. If I get the learning skill. When is his birthday, by the way? August 23rd is his birthday. As time passes and I grow up, it has become evident that I am left-handed. Great! But not great for certain Christians, in church opinion, because they look rather suspiciously at those of left-handed. Suspiciously. Who are they? Sorry. No, he's not the main overseer anymore. And this is a restless province, so you probably would want to... is it also volatile? Oh, yes. That could be problematic in the long run. But you're going to have to wait 3 years till you get another domain overseer. Also, the disease is gone. No depopulation here. Whoa, boy. What's going on in Amalfi? He's resting. Who stole my money? I'll go. I suspect it's you, but there's no proof. Again, I was named Archon because that was part of the last will that the I might as well gain a starter trait at this point. That I would pick up that starter trait. It's part of his last will. Leperio's always has nicer toys than me. She asked me if she wants to play with them. Daughter of Mansone. Yes, that would be nice. Lets me play with toys all day, and it was so much fun. Wouldn't want to play with Serena Hilt. And it's a wonder how he can talk this much as he turns 5 now. And he's left-handed already. So that may cast a bit of suspicion on those, especially of the clergy. Just to get him on the nice side. So there's nothing much you could do now. So you could call tutor the court, or Chinese tutor, as you have some grace. If someone's more learned, then we can go. In case I need a better educator, a tutor, once I turn 16, so you may want to wait for that till you turn 16. Keep an eye on the known plots. As I ride through the empty corridors of my castle on my trusty wooden stick horse, I've come across my regent, Algo Urso, getting some fresh air on a balcony with his back turns against me. You know, he's the one that stole my money. I'll say, charge! Oops. Good. You're the new regent. Excellent. Neapolis needs someone like you. Because that last regent was no good. And you have the traits to... And that kind trait that you have. You can help stabilize the situation here. In this volatile province of Neapolis. And you know, that was your kinsman, too. But he stole my money. Wonder how she feels right now, being widowed like that. Not again. It can only get worse as time goes on. Hope that the previous Archon did the right thing. Is it possible to pick up a few traits during a summer fair? It's about to be May. Oh, yes, I can. The 5-year-old Archon has given the order to hold a summer fair. He wants entertainment. He wants to be amused. Of course you owe me a favor, because as a fellow counselor, I suggest that you give me money. Man of a Rajput descent, but he's culturally Greek. The palace is finished. It's a big house now. Now if you want to upgrade to Grand Palace, that'll gonna cost you a lot. And you got many more buildings that are upgradable now. But it's going to take you a lot of days. So let's upgrade this to a hidden chamber. This hidden chamber assigned to palace can only be reached through one of the secret passages. Even then, several special keys are required. It serves as a well-protected retreat for the head of the dynasty, whether he or she could safely plot the conquest of the world without irritating distractions. It'll be done in 981. Now don't spend any money anymore. You might spend that money for the good of the Republic. Peddlers are loading their wares and merchants take it down their stalls. Okay, no events that relates to pick up a trade or something like that, so. But it gives you a tiny bit of prestige. Perhaps you should do it all the time. A convoy flying the Ursal standard was ambushed by pirates today, while on their way home with their holds of precious cargo. Thanks to the quick action of their crews, they managed to turn the tables on the pirates and capture 2 of their galleys. The prize money will be divided evenly, but the lion's share goes to me. I'll be turning 6, so I'll have a childhood focus. Soon. 23rd of August, remember the day. Oh, actually, you already picked that. You went for thrift. Did I pick thrift? finals for? I am. Shit. It just sounds like you already have a short-term memory. Alright. Books. Equip them. These study books. Unfortunately, this is all you have. The biography of Muhammad and Song of Ludwig. Now, if you want this illustrated Vetus Italia equipped, you gotta have the learning skill up to 6. If we could get it up to 6, then I will have it equipped. And then by the time I turn 8 years old, I can compose a book for this early in my young age. I can do that, you know. You can hold a mass. Yeah, why not? What can I do? Let the parish priest decide. I know what best needs it. This is for piety. Just want to have the respect in the clergy. Just hope it doesn't go down to being a rebellious province. Guess they want their land back. Sicily remains safe. Speaking of Sicily, Malta is vulnerable. And Crete has advanced, thanks to their allies. Hey, when is the next crusade? 981. It appears that Italy has rejoined the Holy Roman Empire. It's because he hailed from those areas. They call him the Dalmatian. Business as usual. Death. Hey, if Sardinia gets weaker, we should take advantage and take in that vessel. Langobard people live there. They are our culture. I was invited to the servants' quarters to eat cake with them tonight, but just as I was going there, it started raining. Oh, no. I don't want to get wet. I'll wait. You shouldn't get sick this young at age. So I'll be fussy. A Catholic Greek this time. Therefore, Archon, Neapolis Greek sounding name still retained. I asked my father to teach me how to fight better with the sword. Stick with the pointy end. I'm a novice fighter. Yeah, keep holding summer fairs, even though nothing happens, but it'll give you a small amount of prestige each time. Every little bit helps. Because one day, when you grow up, you're going to run the Republic of Amalfi. Its ragged and sorrowful eyes has made the bear look pitiful. But when its dancer started playing, the bear started dancing. And the dancing bear in this trend traveled from fair to fair. And this year they came to the summer fair in Neapolis. Wonder how does he do that? How he does that. Might be a disease coming here. Oh god, it's a large epidemic of consumption. It started in Este. Oh, I know that area. That's, up there. Sister Serenahilt, the Tall. Dysentery. Did you treat it or not? Lazy bum. 7 years old. Of course he taught me to fight. He's a skilled fighter. Hank designated there in case something happens to me. He's an old man, you know. City walls. No. No. Thank you for letting me know. No matter how many questions I ask, Father always has an answer and is ever so patient with me. Our relationship has grown and I feel I've formed a strong mentor relationship with him. This will be good to me. I mean, he's the mysticals, you know? With that friendship, no one can do an assassination plot against me. Nobody's in the right frame of mind to assassinate the boy Archon. It appears that the disease is not moving on down here. Okay, good. Surprised nobody's ever disturbed Monte Sant'Angelo. Had it before. Eight years old. Plus that other option earlier that says, no, I can handle a smile and pick up on his skills. No, that doesn't sound like Landar. He would have to be reliant to his father. He would have to rely on him. He's the one that gave him this. And he's left-handed, you know, so he could be a potentially good fighter in the long run. Drasa Cairo. The Muslim ruler of Cairo has instituted a center of learning modeled on a house of wisdom in Baghdad. This will be a great attraction to the scholars in that part of the world. See where that goes. starting to look good, but he's lacking diplomacy and intrigue. For now. I mean, nobody ever said he was born a genius. That's how to teach me fight with a sword. Stick with the pointy end. Now I'm a trained fighter. And a bit of prestige. Teaching me the ways of how to fight. And maybe one day, I want your spear. But for now, they will give me that mace that's still in the treasury. She has a lisp. Manichaean faith trumpet. So, Manichaean is no longer a heresy, but now, yeah. Happens a lot. Though I displayed significant ability to explain my ideas, my skill was not enough to warrant me a victory in a political debate I had with my liege. I owe him a favor now because he took advantage of my young, feeble mind. I have to owe that guy a favor. What I could repay him with. My nanny says I shouldn't eat worms, even though they're so tasty. My stomach hurts, so I'm going to be having a stomachache for about a year. That's like eating dirt. What were you to tell him? He's a fussy child. If he wants to eat worms, he's going to eat worms. I suddenly hear something moving around in the bushes next to me. I ask who's there, but there's no response. I should investigate. It was a big, disgusting rat. It hissed me and bit me in my hand, and now it hurts a lot. I already gained a curious trait. Which is good. I was meant to learn. Let me see. Bible! I have the learning skill, okay. What are the other requirements? Because apparently, can't equip it. Artifacts inactive. I guess it doesn't say something about... I mean, I'm a Latin culture group. I'm a Catholic, yes. None of these must be true. I should have said until adult. What, you're almost 8 years old. No, wait a minute. It's equipable now. Put that on. Sister. Potentially a Greek. Okay. Equip this Bible. Now. Now I have a high learning skill. Higher than usual for a child of my age. Child of mine. A child of... You know what I mean. The rise of the Ghaznavids, a former Turkish mercenary and slave soldiers on the rise in the land of Afghans. This Sabuktigin, a zealous man who loathes infidels, seems to intent on creating an empire to rival that of the caliphs of old. As he just finished crushing Shah Balu of the Shadam in a brutal war, tens of thousands of fierce tribes gather under his banner. He is of a Turkmen. Appropriate culture. Almost 50,000 strong. What a troubled region that is. Glad I don't live there. Now, back to entertainment. Won't let me compose a book yet. It said the minimum age to compose a book if your learning skill is at 8, and you have to be at age 8. well, organize a fleet, even though I have no way that I'm going to beat those pirates myself. I'm only 8 years old. A boy's got to run the Navy now? Wow. A naval action against pirate went well enough. Casualties were inflicted and suffered in the end, with pirate fleets who withdraw less dangerously and managed to diminish the effects of piracy in both its potency and their lasting time. I stood my water. Oh, the main overseer, quick. You got your job back, father. And he got a cat. It's temporary pet cat. What's going on? For the coast of Adversa. You know what that means. I get to own the coast, the Corridore of Aversa, if they win the war. Sure. Here's the money. More soldiers for the cause. I'm a fast learner and seem to have intellectual advantage above many people. I am bright. Great. Left-handed and bright. But his height could not be determined. It could be normal. I'm not perceptive like the other Serena Hill. Should we get him? You're the one that started this. Oh, they went over there. Okay. In that case, that's a set army. Oh, crud. You're the only capable firefighter. Lead the charge. Take care of those Sardinian forces. We're not at war directly, but this is enough to kill them. We'll take the objective for them. Preparing for the first communion. Today the priest gathered all the children of my age to teach them the basics of the faith. Talking about the communion, he explains that on the crucifix we could see the image of Jesus, but it's really made out of wood. When we look at the host, it may look like bread, but it really is Jesus. Well, I'm curious. I'm inquisitive. Asking questions. You know, fussy. Point anxiety, frustration. Let me see. Oh. I need that learning skill up. I see the future and what that boy's going to do when he grows up. I'll try to remember this. So, communicant. He's a very clever young Archon. First confession. The priest taught me that all that when I was baptized, all my sins was washed away. New sins, however, must be confessed to be forgiven. It is promised not to tell anyone, forever and ever. If you want to be the future Proto-Duke or Doge of Amalfi, you gotta get more prestige. So I'll just say, I'm a good kid, right? Until, you know, if I show him that I grabbed, like, say, a cup with my left hand, and the priest is like, "Hey! What is that?" The big day is here. Most of my friends and relatives are here to celebrate with me. Now I can take communion like the adults. The bells ring, the incense smells, and after the cradle, the priest finally hands me the host, and I remember it's supposed to say Amen or Amen, depending on where you're from. Amen. Americans say amen. Other parts of the world, they say amen. That's based on what I heard in media. Oh yeah, this is the first barony. We're gonna take this bishopric and then another barony. We're just inadvertently contributing to this war. You know, why the heck not? Like to add some prestige to the name. Did you just hire mercenaries? Captain Ezo. Yep, mercenaries. One more obstacle to go. And the coast is ours. So the Republic will be bigger than ever. My mother... Yes, my mother is here. She has decided that... My mother has decided best she rules the region instead of him. Well, he's out at war. So... If you want to take over, you got a similar mindset. Maybe, hopefully, I'd be tall like you. Or be as good looking as you. That's how Father married you, right? So she's taking over now. She's not a good administrator. Pope has intervened in these matters. Now he's got to turn around because there's a peasant revolt. With these city walls built, they can't besiege that area now. We've taken the objective. You go, Dad. He's a formidable fighter now. The best of the best. Go further up. Help him out. My sister. One for intrigue. Man, intrigue is really popular with girls. Got the money. Build more city fortifications. Now the gatehouse defends the entrance. It makes it easier to control who comes in and who leaves. Because you know what the mean streets of Neapolis is like. Up we go. Hey, you win some, you lose some. Alright. This coast is ours. Adverse says now renamed Gaeta. Wait a minute, there's two Gaetas? What the? Well, we'll probably gotta wait till a Langobard rules over so we can avoid this confusion. So this city is mine and that city is mine. But the problem is there's too many of that. And that too. You know what, for once there should be a vassal under me. Because, you know, we need more talented characters. I appreciate taking the coast for myself, but for once, that's too many cities to run. Caserta will be ran by someone else. He's from here, says, Von. So there's the steward we're looking for. He needs this position. He could try to administer the realm. Walls, battlements, barracks, moats, ramparts, altars, holy things. I was never educated to deal with all these things properly. After all, my element is trade of business, yet circumstances has led me to rule over such strange matters. Obviously, I'm not the best at managing this province, so... Now, that area is having a Republican liability. That's too much land for me to handle. Maybe one day you're going to have to give away this Castron as well. If your stewardship skill's high enough, which it isn't at the moment. But I am bright. Come down here. One of my ships returned from a foreign port with a cargo of rare spices of the finest quality. Word has spread throughout Amalfi that local nobilities are already lining up at the docks, waiting for a chance to buy some of this precious cargo. The spice might flow. Spending time with my sister Serena health is great. We get along so well, even when we do chores together. Time goes by so fast. May lead to idolizer. Or just be friends with her. Idolizer will make you either zealous, or erudite, or even frail. Thank you again. Everything is better when she's around. Serena Hilt said I'm also wonderful to be around. Then she gave me a kiss on the cheek and ran away. She is the best. See? More learning. Now I can compose a book. Yeah, you're supposed to have learning skill equal to 8, and not at a certain age. 10 years old, I got all this time in a while. Something in honor of God or something educational. I'm gonna write a book. Even though I don't have a proper education. But my learning skill is high enough, so I thought, well, let's try to write something that involves it. Especially someone of this youth. Such youthful enthusiasm. Now that peace is returned. One moment I'm shivering, the next I'm sweating. Overall I'm feeling awful. You think it's rabies? Not sure that did anything. You know what? I'm not taking any chances on that Jewish guy anymore. There is a wiser man here. Oh, he has leprosy. So never mind then. Okay, how about priest? Invite a priest to court. Easy, I don't trust it, but stick around. Need more talented people these days. Give me another. Too low learning skill. One more. Damn it. There, someone. You'll be the new position. Because I don't trust that guy. My feverish pastor regains strength, focus my daily routine. All that for nothing. Pay the favor. I need money. 125? Wow. My overseer stands in front of me with plans to perform a conspiracy in one of my restless provinces. The plan points to the infiltration of local rebel leadership and the further manipulation of the malcontents within. The plan is godful, and after looking at our sets in the province, seems to stand a real chance of succeeding. Think about the overall scheme again. Go ahead. You're a man of intrigue, and you're a respected commander. You should get back to your normal job. Need to uncover plots. We don't know what plots they are now since all this time you've been away. Out on the battlefield and all that. Mission successful. Discreetly, silently, and visibly, our assets are placed inside of the rebels in my province. Not only they will provide information allowing us to be one step ahead of them, but also will our spies manipulate their decisions further. My interest while looking advanced theirs. My domain overseer did a job of a truly spy master. Because he is. He's the Mysticals. So Restless Province is gone. Things are returning to normalcy. Now, City Guild Hall. Then we upgraded the toll booth. Just in time. We're just about to construct this. Hey, Stuart. Build this fast. We want it done faster. $11 old now. Yeah, the Republic has gotten larger. What do you think you're doing? And I'm sure one day we'll visit the saintly burial ground of my grandfather. We will end this episode soon because I want to stop the episode when he turns 12 years old, so that way he'll get the education, and then we'll see what kind of traits he picks up, and more, as well as what is the future for this young Archon. Amalfian Calabrian War for the city of Reg. That's owned by the Mora. I mean, Byzantine Empire no longer has any influence on Italia anymore. They're gone. But however, Greeks remain, because they were populated with them, and that culture is still prevalent over there, obviously. Don't do that. Hey, it's time for the summer fair again. Theodotos Moro. Yes, he's the new guy. The man who's of a Rajput descent, but culturally Greek. Because one of his grandmothers was a Rajput Jayan. The proper term would be Rajasthani. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this episode, which my kinsman died a natural death. Replace Regent. Don't even think about it. You're not good enough. Castrum. Yeah, he's the Baron. That's what Drangari means. Is that correct? Under our terms, rather than Greek terms? Who stole my money? I heard that. Let's be different here. We will end this episode on this note with a learning education. Because I like to do better with this education, as I'm already well learned. So I have an idea of what this character is going to be like, and it's going to be another way to try to get more prestige in the long run. I mean, yes, he'll serve as a commander and all that eventually, and he must take weapon training, as he's already a trained fighter. But with him being left-handed and all that, although his lack of diplomacy and intrigue, if it remains so when he turns 16, if it remains that way, then this could be a potential handicap for him. And plus, he's composing a book. And he's a communicant. And I'm sure one day he will be confirmed, and all that, and more, for this next episode of the Republic of Amalfi series, which it's in Neapolis mainly so far, but don't worry. We're going to do something with this character of what the life is going to be like for him before he eventually becomes the next Doge of Amalfi whenever he gains more prestige. I mean, obviously he's too young and needs a lot of money to put about all that respect in. And also next year, actually this year in fact, this building will be finished. His intrigue skill will go up a bit, so this will negate any problems. So we should invest in the next episode. We should invest in a hedge maze. So we hope you enjoyed this episode with this crazy turn of events, especially now playing as a child and got a few childhood related events that we don't typically get, especially in a republic. But we only did this because we want to see talent. And what we got here is a left-handed bright child who is of normal height and normal health for the most part. So we'll see you in the next episode. Until then, so long for now.